Hey runners, and welcome to the Adelaide 6-hour project. This is week 5. Oh my goodness. 4 weeks to go, 2 weeks left of sharpening, and then I hit into the taper phase. Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. I've been sharpening now for 2 weeks, and let me tell you, it is hard. What is sharpening? Well, it comes out of something that I call the BWS theory. That's what I like to call the base building phase, the workout phase, and the sharpening phase. And right now I'm in the sharpening phase. The sharpening phase is basically speed work, and more speed work. Over the last couple of weeks, I've woken up and I'm like, I just don't know how I can do another one of these. But on the upside, I went into the sharpening phase with my watch telling me my VO2 max was about 58. Now, over many, many years of running, I've kind of teetered around that 55 to 58. Coming into this sharpening phase, I set a goal. I want to get to 60. I don't know what it feels like or what it was going to take, but I can tell you now this week, I hit 60 VO2 max. What does that mean? It just means my blood work and my body and my cardiovascular system can hold more oxygen per liter of blood. I can tell you right now, numbers are numbers, but you've got to get out there and do the work. So 2 weeks into the sharpening, absolutely loving it. Loving the fact that my easy runs are feeling easier. And so how I go about achieving that in the sharpening phase is trying to get so fit that running at 4:30 pace is a comfortable pace to run at. If 5 minutes is a little bit of an effort for you, then by going through a sharpening phase and doing a lot of VO2 sessions, speed work sessions, time after time after time, in about 4 weeks, running that 5 minute that was moderate effort will now become easy for a period of time. Now, what have I been doing this week that has boosted my VO2? Starting off Monday, started off with a really hard Mona fartlek, and it's punching out 1.5 minutes times 3, and then you go down to 1 minute and then so on, right down to 15 seconds. It's a short session. The speed work part of the session only goes for about 24 to 26 minutes, and that includes the recovery set. So I tend to do a longer warm up and a longer cool down. So I did that. It was actually quite funny because when myself and my son, who was on the bike recording, it was actually quite funny because an older couple, they came out and they had 2 dogs, like a really little Chihuahua, all dressed up, another dog, and wait for it, they had a cat, and the cat was walking with the dogs. I mean, I'm in the middle of fartlek. I am pushing as hard as I can, and I'm watching this cat walk with the dogs. Had a lead on it, but they weren't holding the lead. Funniest thing I've ever seen in a long time. Fartlek session was Monday, went into Tuesday, took it really easy because a hard fartlek session will take a lot out of you. You've got to remember, when I do speed work, a lot of my concentration is on pulling that heel up as high as I possibly can. But when you start moving into faster speed work, the way of getting faster, one of the tips and techniques, which I go into later, is how high you can pull your heel. Go out there and try and pull your heel for more than 1 minute and travel. It takes a lot of effort. The next day, just went through a few really easy runs. I actually did a double day. I did a nice easy run in the morning, or a couple of easy runs in the morning. The easy run, just another 6Ks, kept it nice and easy. Was just sitting at an average of 4:45. Now that is starting to feel a little more easy. And you've got to remember, it was only 6Ks. It was a little run I could get in before I picked up the kids from school. Straight back in. Now, being in sharpening phase means I'm trying to get about 4 hard workout sessions per week, but they are shorter sessions in nature. So I went out, did a hill sprints in the morning, and I pushed it hard. Road hill sprints, 4x4x4. So that's 4 short, 4 medium, and 4 long. I got a really nice hill, about 7%. Someone actually asked me on Strava, what sort of gradient do you run? I try and find a hill for about 7 to 10% gradient if it's on road. That's because I want to be able to sprint as hard as I can. I want to try and hold like a 5K pace. Then I went on in the afternoon, that day after hill sprints, did another sharpening phase run. And I don't usually encourage people to do 2 hard workouts in a day, but you've got to remember, I only have to hold this together for 4 weeks and just monitor it, make sure I'm not getting injured. It was 14 kilometers, so the idea was to hold my race pace, and I did, even after doing the hill sprints. So that shows me that my body is starting to adapt. Next day was Thursday, so I just took it easy. Did a short, easy 10K run. Then on Friday, I decided to go out and I was actually trying to do a 40K run. Now, I did say that I wasn't going to be doing any more long runs, but I tell you, I'm starting to get nervous. I'm thinking, the doubt starts to come upon us when we get closer to a race. We've all been there. You know the feeling. Have I done enough? I should listen to my head. I should know what it is. My legs just couldn't do it. My hamstrings started to get tight. So I managed to get 26 Ks done. Then I spent the rest of the day foam rolling while I was working. Work for an hour, foam roll for 10, 20 minutes. Work for an hour, foam roll for 10, 20 minutes. So I went out in the afternoon, did another 15 Ks. So I managed to do 40 Ks, but it was spread over 2 runs. Then, this felt so good. I had a day off yesterday on Saturday. I was wanting to do park run, and I'm actually really fortunate that it was raining really heavy. And this close to a race, I'm not going to go out and run in the rain. Totally enjoyed it. Had a great day off. And then I took all day today off, which was Sunday, Mother's Day, obviously. Went out to lunch, did everything we needed to do. And then I went for a 21 kilometer easy run this evening. But the good trick here is that the last time I ran was Friday evening. So I took all day Saturday off, and pretty much I took all day Sunday off and extended my recovery until Sunday night. So I managed to get, from the time I did my last run, I managed to get 48 hours of recovery. So that was really good. So what am I doing this week coming up? Well, I've got week 3 of my sharpening phase. So it's going to be week 6 of this actual project. I have to really push it a bit harder and just push the pace a little bit harder. Now that I've already hit my goal of 60 on the VO2 max, I want to feel like, how high can I push this? So let's just have a look and see how that goes. I don't feel fatigued. I don't feel tired. I don't feel run down. I actually feel quite active, which is really good. And I believe that's a lot of the speed work that's kicking in and the endorphins. So we'll see how we go this week. I do want to get the kilometers up a little bit over the next 2 weeks before I hit the tapering phase, which I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you guys are enjoying your training. I hope you're setting your goals on your next race. If there is anything that you need some assistance with, or you've got some questions around anything to do with your race or your upcoming race or your training plan, hit me up on Strava, send me a message, or just leave a question in one of my runs. I am always on Strava. I'm checking everything so I don't miss anything. Have an awesome week, and I'll talk to you next week. See you later.